Hello, dear friends from Jerusalem. We're so grateful for being together week after week in our work around the Middle East situation. Our presence together is a blessing and a support. It constantly sharpens our perception of the area. I'm just sharing my personal feeling and experience of all those months together. Today we will focus, or the focus will be on a difficult subject that depicts our reality, the use of AI, artificial intelligence. Over to you, Uta.
Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to our work today. And also from me, thank you. Very grateful for all of us showing up every Monday to do this work, to keep the pulse. So today we have a weighty subject that we would like to bring into our work here, which is artificial intelligence in warfare. We know that increasingly the act of targeting individuals is done with the help of this AI, and so is also the actual act of the killing. Robots are being used to kill humans. This makes it so much harder in the already unbearable situation of war to keep our humanness. So it dehumanizes our adversary even further. And more so, it causes also the same process of dehumanization in the one using these digital weapons. The consequences of pushing a button are so far removed in our consciousness as we do that, that the natural responses of human consciousness, human conscience, human compassion, all these human traits, they are not part of this anymore. They are not naturally triggered by this. So there is this very real danger that war becomes a heartless computer game. So this robotification of warfare is a new level, new evil, a new level of corrupting human beings, disconnecting them from their soul. So on this background, the message of every human life is sacred. It becomes even more urgent and essential, becomes so much deeper in its meaning, in its importance. This is a fight for our humanness. So let us hold this in our awareness as we affirm in our meditation now that every human life is sacred. So let us settle into our body. Breathing, relaxing. Touching base with the earth. feeling our heart. And see if we can touch base with the peace that is deep in our heart. Focus now our awareness in the center of the head. And let soul energy flood the personality. We stand as a conscious soul in incarnation. And linking in now with each other. Let's take a moment to feel the love flowing from heart to heart. The group heart pulsing. We stand together in the will to love. And we let the light of our minds slowly synchronize. Letting it create a telepathic field and holding it from ajna to ajna. Standing soul to soul in the common work, in the will to peace. And visualize many co-workers from all over the world joining us in this work, contributing their lighted thought and their dedicated heart. Let's take a moment to sense how we are a magnet of steady radiance. Keeping this work week after week. And as a group now, let us open our channel to our higher co-workers on the subtle planes. And taking a moment to tune our group magnet to their vibration. Now let us take up our position at the midway point between our higher co-workers and the condition in the Middle East. And we hold this position, the midway position, and this alignment throughout the meditation. So, focusing now on the Middle East as impartial observers. Starting on the physical plane, looking at Israel within its present borders, getting a sense of the occupied Palestinian territory of the West Bank, looking at the Gaza Strip, bringing into our awareness Egypt to the south, Jordan and Syria to the east, and Lebanon to the north. Get a sense of the physical location of the Middle East as a whole. And now, as impartial observers, let us tune in for a moment to the current emotional state of the people in this large region. Just observing. And looking now at the mental forces at play, including in our awareness also the influence of nations from outside the region. Observing the dynamics of the mental plane of the Middle East, with all its ideologies, beliefs, thought forms. Just observing this complex situation, this vast, multi-layered field of tension. And as we do so, let us release all judgment. Let us realize that all parties involved try to do their best, try to figure out what's their part, each according to their background and level of development. Taking a few moments, just observe. Refocusing now at the midway point between the condition on the ground and the higher forces of light and love and will. Opening ourselves upward to the higher co-workers who guide us in this work. And in their aura, opening our awareness now to that part of the divine plan which pertains to the Middle East. And let us take a moment of intent, silent contemplation, opening our consciousness to an ashramic perspective on the Middle East situation. And as a dedicated group, as a magnet, let us now act as a conduit for soul vision and inclusive love. See and sense now a shaft of pure golden white light, broad and brilliant, flood the region of the Middle East. See a huge column of light pouring through all planes. Visualizing this huge column of light. See this light strengthen the thinkers of the Middle East and those of other nations who work for an inclusive vision, for a real way out of this perpetual cycle of violence. See new approaches based on our common humanness slowly taking shape, gaining substance. Every human life is sacred. Let us affirm this with our will. Every human life is sacred. Let it reverberate in the mental field of the Middle East. And see the mental field becoming lighter, clearer, more penetrable to soul energy. And visualize the light now pouring through into the emotional sphere of the Middle East. Visualize the hearts of the inhabitants respond to the soul energy. See especially the women receiving this healing and reorienting light, gently inviting towards love, gently redirecting feelings of vengeance into the yearning for another way, softening, gradually sensing better options. Every human life is sacred. Let us nurture this process of recognition with our love. See the light now pouring into the etheric physical plane of the Middle East, revitalizing, penetrating into the earth underneath the area, transmuting the layers of history of violence and war, transmuting them towards the dream of right relationships. Visualize seeds of a higher order slowly sprouting in the region. See a higher order based on right relations taking shape in the entire Middle East, in every nation there, bit by bit. Let us take a moment of dedicated intention to hold space for this possibility. And as we sound now the great invocation in Hebrew and in Arabic, let us radiate this possibility into the consciousness of the people in the Middle East and throughout the world.
נקודת האור אשר בדעת אל, יזרום האור אל דעת האדם, ירד האור על פני האדמה. מנקודת האהבה אשר בלב האל, יזרום האהבה אל לבבות אנוש, ושוב מורה עולם על פני האדמה. והמרכז שבו נודע רצון האל, תנחה תכלית את רצונות אדם. תכלית אותם מוראי האנושות יודעים ומשרתים. המרכז, אשר נקרא המין האנושי, שם תוכנית האהבה והאור, ויחתם הפתח אל הרע. יהי רצון, ויחדשו אור, אהבה ועוצמה. התוכנית על פני האדמה. אמן.
من نقطة النور في العقل الإلهي ليشع النور في عقول الناس وليهبط النور إلى الأرض. من نقطة الحب في القلب الإلهي ليتسرب الحب في قلوب الناس وليرجع معلم الكون إلى الأرض. من المركز الذي تعرف منها إرادة الله لتقود للغاية إرادة الناس البسيطة، تلك الغاية والتي يدركها المعلمون ويخدمونها. من المركز الذي نضم بالجنس البشري لينتج التسمين الحب والنور ويختم على الباب الذي يقيم به الشر، ليجدد النور والحب والقوة التسمين على الأرض.